the fuck? Roses are red, violets are blue. Welcome to another Retroversy review. Hey guys, I've been playing through Sonic Mania recently and it was fun. I mean, I completed that game on stream even, it's that kind of fun. And in that sense, I got curious about the older games in the series that I had fond memories of. And while Sonic 1, 2, and 3 were relatively fresh in my mind, Sonic Adventure 2 was one of those games I didn't remember too much about, other than the fact that I goddamn loved this game when I was a kid. Now, does it hold up? I mean, I hear people say it's a bit shitty nowadays, so I suppose we'll see if my strong nostalgia holds on tight or not. So the first thing I notice is that you can actually choose between playing through the story from the hero's or the villain's perspective. They're different too, which is actually really cool. I suppose the least I could do is tell the story in a sort of cohesive manner. Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman, breaks into a military facility where he uncovers Gun's secret weapon. Gun being this game's equivalent of, I don't know, the US Army or something. The weapon turns out to be a hedgehog named Shadow, but in this game, everyone thinks he's Sonic, and I'm sorry for digressing so early into this, but that's something that's always sort of bothered me. I see no reason people should be confused between these guys. I mean, one's blue, the other one's black.
Whoa. Focie! I don't like the way you said black just now.
Whoa, Cass? What the hell are you doing in my review?
I wanted a cameo?
Good enough. So, what's the issue with me calling Shadow black?
Dude, don't say that. You can't say anything these days. Call him, dark or something.
Oh, come on, I don't mean it as a racial thing. He's just a black hedgehog, just like Amy is pink and Sonic is blue.
Alright, but I'll keep an eye on you though.
Fine, jeez. Anyway, to add to this point of contention, why isn't Amy ever confused with Sonic? She's just as different from Sonic as Shadow is, so this whole thing just feels really stupid. Is it because she's a girl? I mean, even Amy somehow confuses Shadow with Sonic, but I'm sort of jumping the gun here. Shadow tells Dr. Scrambled Eggs that he'll grant him one wish if he gets some Chaos Emeralds and meets him in the Space Colony Ark, a space station which is disguised as a moon? A space rock? Whatever. So Dr. Sunnyside Up goes to meet him and they discuss their plans to get even more Chaos Emeralds because they need them to power a huge cannon known as the Eclipse Cannon. Meanwhile, Gun has mistaken Sonic for Shadow and has captured Sonic to punish him for Shadow's misdeeds. Sonic grabs a piece of sheet metal from the aircraft he's held in and gets ready to escape from the city. And oh boy, if you know anything about this game, it's probably this stage. The stage that starts the hero campaign, and it's so much fun. It sort of starts like Ice Cap Zone from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You start this game by going downhill on a snowboard. Well, sort of, more like an asphalt board, but you get the point. The music is super catchy and you can be damn sure I'm gonna use this for a few jokes in upcoming videos. After a short segment of going down San Francisco's streets on the asphalt board, you're given free reins to explore a bit. All in all, it's actually really fast paced and it really plays to how fun this game is. It's downright exhilarating and it also explains more or less all the things you need to know, acting as a tutorial too, before it culminates in a high-speed chase with a trailer so massive you almost need the damn Inception horn just to capture the size of that thing. Damn. After that, you have a quick boss fight against a walking battle tank with capabilities to launch a nuke anywhere in the world. I mean, look at it. It's a fucking Metal Gear. The camera is wonky as all hell and the game's issues really start rearing its head right about here. I mean, it's still fully serviceable, but it's not really enjoyable. Anyway, back to the story. After that, you're treated with a cutscene of Sonic and Shadow crossing paths for the first time. And I know you've all probably heard about this before, but it bears repeating, alright? The sound mixing in this game is awful. The music is so loud that had it not been for the subtitles, I really would not be able to tell what anyone in the game were saying. And I'm really not exaggerating either. I mean, seriously, listen to this.
Just leave it to me. This time. As well as the Chaos Emerald.
Excuse me, what? Speak up, please. Well, at least the music is badass, and that's probably why it's like this. The voice acting can be pretty terrible, so they're probably just using the badass music to mask it. I'm on to you, Sonic Team. Anyway, Sonic gets captured again, but before that threat is concluded, we get a lovely cutscene where Nipples the Enchilada and Rogue Squadron are having a fight over the Master Emerald. Knickers shatters the emerald to keep Dr. Omelette from stealing it, and how is Angel Island taking this? Knuck's stages are all treasure hunter based. It's like playing hot and cold with a radar which is very picky at times. Why can't I track the ones outside the given order? The previous game let me do that. Anyway, it's an easy stage. It doesn't fully complement Nipple's abilities, but whatever. So Sonic got captured earlier and Tails flies to Prison Island to rescue him. He then meets Amy and Dr. Egg's Benedict and transforms his plane into a battle tank to beat him up. After that, you play one of Tails' stages, and apart from it being a little slow and a little bit boring, the biggest issue with all of Tails and Dr. Hardboil's stages are the constant Oh man, I always have to turn the volume down, jeez. Tails and Amy rescue Sonic and they escape the island while the villains blow it up to get some more Chaos Emeralds. Knux does his own shit for a while and they soon find their asses in space on board the Space Colony Ark after Dr. Poached Egg blows up half the moon. And this, of course, in no way spells doom for the people because why do humans need the moon? What? Why not take out the sun while we're at it, huh? Now, more importantly for this game's weird rules, why did Eggy Farts have a space shuttle in his secret base when he only uses a teleporter to go to space? Nobody knows, and the game doesn't really tell you either because it's way too concerned with the sexual undertones between Knux and Rouge to care. I mean, one of Knuckles' songs even talk about how sexy Rouge is. Wow. The game has piss poor taste. Obviously, it's Big the Cat who's a real catch here. The story goes on being excruciatingly serious about fake Chaos Emeralds, Shadow's edgy teen behavior, and the threat of blowing up the world. And while having tons of gameplay sections, which I never really felt truly complemented each character's abilities, or in the Tails sections, Sonic gets sent into space to die alone, but inexplicably knows how to use Chaos Control just by watching Shadow do it.
You alright? I learned it by watching you.
They then race towards the Eclipse Cannon while having their final showdown. When you beat the hero in Darkseid's story, you open up a final chapter with a true ending and some frankly really cool set pieces, and is one of the best parts of the game actually apart from City Escape. Dr. Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Deviled Egg's grandpa, got completely mad after his granddaughter got killed when they shut down the Ark 50 years ago. Shadow swore revenge on behalf of this girl, whose name was Maria, and this was his plan all along. Gerald's last message, which triggered aboard the Ark when certain conditions were fulfilled, shows his last moments right before he's executed. It's pretty serious stuff, all about how he's going to end mankind. But all I can think about is the glaring plot hole that emerges from this. How exactly did he upload this video to play worldwide? How did this video play on board the Ark? He was literally executed the second the video ends. This wasn't some Twitch stream with a 50-year delay, so what gives? Anyway, we get to Shadow's prototype, which, yeah, how that turned into Shadow in a later iteration, I cannot say. In any case, we take it down, it merges with the ship, and we go Super fucking Saiyan to take it out. Pretty good stuff, even if it does sound like a puma. What's up with that? Anyway, Shadow dies in the effort because drama? I mean, Sonic is in the same place doing the exact same thing, but Shadow just dies. Did his age catch up with him or something? When the credits roll, they're super cheesy. First, as with the rest of the game, you pretty much can't hear anything anyone says in this ending because the music is just too loud, and the mixing is awful. There are no subtitles though, so you're sorta shit out of luck. It ends on a picture of Shadow against the backdrop of the moon they blew up just a day ago in the story. How is this thing whole? Bah, whatever. I'm thinking too hard about this. Or maybe I'm just not thinking hard enough, because that's clearly the Earth. What the fuck were you thinking when you wrote this script, past me? So, the story now over and done with. What do I actually think about the game? It's bad. It's really bad. I played through this game 3 times for this review, and I was so frustrated with a lot of glitches killing me when I felt it really wasn't my fault. I game overed so much in the later stages, it's not even funny. However, on my second playthrough, something just clicked. The game became a bit more stable, and I ended up having a blast in all the stages, except the Tails and Scotch Egg stages. It was like the RNG blessed me completely, and it was glorious. It's pretty strange. When it works, it worked beautifully. I had so much fun going through the game that I had trouble realizing it was even the same game at all. And that's the major crux of this matter. It's a really bad game which takes itself so terribly seriously. It tries to be this epic dramatic story, but they're just goddamn colorful foxes and hedgehogs who look seriously out of place with the humans in this world. Ooh, especially that one. Creepy. Couple that with the terrible sound mixing, lines which are stepping on other lines, and for some reason they used fucking motion capture on these animations? It's hilarious, and I'm not saying it as if it's a sad thing. I mean, this game tried hard to be dramatic, but it comes off as so cheesy it actually had me laughing so hard. It's one of those so bad it's good kind of deals, where it's such a terrible drama, it ends up becoming one of the best unintentional comedies I've had the pleasure of playing through. It's really weird, but I really recommend this game because of it. It's clearly got some effort put into it. Someone wanted this to be great, but everything around it is just a little bit off, and it ends up being a hilarious disaster. It sort of becomes like The Room, and while some might find that a bit cringeworthy, I truly, honestly enjoyed my time with this game a lot. It was honestly sort of relieving to come back to this and find that I still love it just as much, but in a completely different way. The only thing I've not talked about much is the Chao Garden, but I never really got into it. I did it all once, but I don't personally feel the need to go into it anymore. So whenever I accidentally pick up a key, I'm always like, Chao Garden? More like Chao Garden?
What do you mean? The Chao Garden is awesome! You're really not gonna talk about it?
No, not really. I felt pretty done with the video.
Mind if I do it then?
I get.
Alright, good. The Chao Garden people, they sort of work like Tamagotchis. In the normal stages, you can find 3 possible Chao crates. The first gives you a key, which grants you access to the Chao Garden. The second gives you some small animals, with the third one being one rare animal. Once you finish the stage after finding the key, you arrive in the Chao lobby where the garden is. In here, you find 2 cute little eggs, which you can hatch manually by shaking it gently, or toss it at the wall.
Haha, take that, you little fucker.
After the Chao are born, you can pick them up, pet them, or feed them mangoes from the trees.
Oh, that's what they are? Neat. Go on.
Outside the garden, you can find the kindergarten, where you can bring your Chao and make them learn a skill, doctor if it's sick, or give it a name. You can also go here to get advice from the principal, or buy items at the not-so-shady black market.
Oh, a kindergarten with a black market, huh? Classy.
Yeah, dude, yours didn't have one? Fucking casual. But enough about that. Let's get back to Chao Garden. Depending on which of the hero or evil characters you use to interact with your Chao, it can evolve as it ages to either neutral, good, or bad. You could potentially get a good and evil garden to get even more Chaos! As I mentioned earlier, you can get small animals and crystals called Chaos Drives from the stages, which you then can feed to the Chaos for them to absorb the animal limbs and abilities? Man, this suddenly became very dark.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then use your monstrosity to either fight or raise normal, not genetically modified Chaos to win prizes. Then once your Chao reaches adulthood, they get stronger and can mate with other Chao to create even more Chao to experiment on and potentially make even stronger monsters to in the end take over the world! Holy shit, Focie! This is not Tamagotchi at all! This is a chimera simulator, Jesus Christ! Why didn't I see this as a kid? It's grotesque and wrong! I'm out of here!
Well, that was certainly something. Darkness aside, did you at least like the Chao Garden?
Oh yeah, dude! Love it!
Alright, nice. That just adds to the game's weird charm as a whole, I suppose. But being completely serious, I can tell the devs had a real vision for this game. Look no further than the raps for Knuckles and Pumpkin Hill. It's so cool, but it ends up being super cheesy too. They clearly wanted to make it into such a cool game, but it ends up falling flat in so many ways that in turn actually makes it really fun to play and experience. This is definitely the kind of game I recommend you play with your friends on the couch with, because together with others, this game truly shines in this unintentional comedy. And some of you may see that underneath all the crap, there's still the makings of a little diamond in here. You'd think that my strong nostalgia would make me say this game is good, but not really. However, I still adored my time with this game, albeit for different reasons now than when I was a kid. But what do you think? Do you love the game for what it is? Do you enjoy the more serious tone, or do you think it's just pure bad, not an ounce of good in it? Let me know, I love discussions like these. So, thank you so much for watching. It's been a really interesting look back for me. I thought this game was the tits, but now I see that the only tits here are rouges. Big thank you to Crimson Cassius for the little cameo and Chao Garden rundown.
Thanks, Focie. It's been fun being in one of your videos.
He's got an Ocarina of Time playthrough going on YouTube right now, which I find great enjoyment in, so I recommend you check him out. He also streams regularly on Twitch, so if you want to check him out, you can check him out there too. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. In other news, I actually went and did get that Patreon I talked about earlier. If you pledge, you're making my day, and you may get such silly rewards as wallpapers, raw audio, and maybe even a colored sketch from Foxburrito. However, if you can't or won't pledge, then I fully understand you. This is not, I repeat, not something you should feel obliged to do. I'll make videos regardless. I'm honestly happy you guys just watched this video, so no worries, and thank you so much. Have a great day, people. You are the absolute best. Alla bra.